Well, are you ready to go? We're at the hangar, so I think we'll get ready and we'll get going. Have you done this before? You haven't? Alright, no worries. I'll give you a safety briefing anyway as well, as we should. And let's get going. You got enough clothes on? You think you'd be warm enough? Okay, and what about, you been to the toilet? Alright, so you are good to go. Alright, I'll check you again shortly.
Well, g'day, and this morning I'm taking my friend for a fly and we're going to go to Tugum, and I'll show you that map briefing. Well, you would have seen it earlier in the video. And yeah, we're going to, morning, how are you? Good? Righto. So let's go, and you're coming with me. You're my friend today. Yes. We're going to go, as you saw in the map, up to a place called Burrum Heads, which is nice little holiday resort, holiday destination, township. A lot of people go caravan and camping and so forth, holiday homes up there. Let's get the show on the road. Harnesses and helmets, so helmets strapped up, we'll do that in a minute. Seatbelts on. What about you back there? You good to go? You are? Alright, helmet, okay, and the microphone, just remember to put your microphone there. Okay, you're still good to go, you're comfortable, seated well, excellent, alright. So that's cool, and radio is set for the local frequency CTAF 12655, and we've got traffic, we'll check for that shortly. Weather at the moment is starting to cloud up. We look like we've got a cloud base of about 1,500 feet, so that's plenty. And temperatures are now at 32, so we'll taxi. Are you good to go? Yep, okay. Start taxiing for the apron. Maryborough traffic, Microlight 6340, taxis, hangers to apron, Maryborough. That was quick. There's a guy over there getting fuel, see? For his boat. It looks very zombie. And there's my jet. Yeah, no, that's not my jet. You like it though? It's pretty cool, isn't it? It's one way to get around, I suppose, if you can afford it. A Phenom 100 EV. It's in and out of Maryborough quite often, actually. Yeah. Yep, that's right. Okay, we've got 39 degrees. We need 50 degrees before we can depart the ground. We're pretty much ready to enter line-up roll. So as soon as we've got temperature, we'll be going. You're still good in the back? Yep, okay. I don't anticipate too much thermal bumpy activity, but this cloud, I mean the wind is not too bad. I think it's about 5 to 10 knots. The windsock's caught up there, as you can see. Right, we'll just turn around a little bit and we'll do a run-up test here, which is just to check the RPM on the engine and the just the performance, make sure there's no issues. All good there. 45 degrees. Engine temperature. 50. Maryborough traffic, Microlight 6340 enters, lines up and rolls. Runway 35 for a straight out departure for Tugum. Maryborough traffic. Set to go. Pretty exciting. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, no, it'll be a good flight. Should be fun. So yeah, we'll head up to Tugum, Burrum Heads actually. And then we'll track down to Tugum and into Hervey Bay and around and back via the Merry River. Back to the airport. Should take us about an hour and 15-ish. Alright, everything's looking good, fuel's good still, everything's right. All pressures are right. Good to go in the back. Okay, rolling. Alrighty, still there? Okay. We'll get up to cloud base. Maryborough traffic, Microlight 6340 is airborne 35, climbing through 500 for 1000, tracking north, northwest. Maryborough traffic. Yeah, if you're looking out to the left, that's our rubbish dump, and then behind us now is Maryborough. And on the right is the Merry River, which will be returning down on the way back in. So if we maintain this heading, we'll pretty much track out to the coast and to Burrum Heads. Now we're at 800 feet, and we'll keep going. Looks like I'm about right with 1,000 feet. Yeah, 900 now, so cloud base is about 1,100 feet by the looks. Need a bit more right trim. Right, I'll put cruise control on. Don't bump the cruise control just there. Seem to be taking it easy this morning. I'm obviously not in a rush. We'll put some speed on. Okay, our wind, pretty much negligible. Oh no, 5, it's rocking around a bit, 6 knots, here drop. Yep, so when there's another aircraft talking like that, that's the other aircraft that you saw at the airport when we were leaving. When there's another aircraft on the radio, yeah, just stop talking and so we can hear it, and keep your eyes out all the time as well for other aircraft just to assist me so that we can see and know what's going on at all times for our best safety. We're now actually at 1,400. It's getting a bit thermal. It's not too bad. Yeah, the time is 7:20. Yep. So it's it might be fairly early, but the sun was up 4:30, way before us. Temperatures and pressures are good, so we're good to keep going. Oh, okay, yeah. So temperature at the moment is 78 degrees on the engine, so it's cooled down a bit after takeoff. Maximum power on takeoff, normally engine warms it up quite a bit. Oil pressure is about 4 bar, and fuel's 38 litres. As I said earlier, before takeoff, we're good for about 3 hours, 3.5 hours. And then we've got Yeah, we've got engine gas temperatures, and we've got cylinder head temperatures, and they're well and truly in the green at this stage. Oh yeah, what's the water up ahead? Okay, well that's our local water treatment plant, and that's kind of like a holding storage. There's a dam over here called Lenthal's Dam, and that's our main water source. Then it comes down into here, gets treated and sent into the towns, Maryborough, Hervey Bay. Not sure the water goes to Maryborough from here. I think it's a Hervey Bay water source, but yeah, that's what that's there for. Right, 2,000 feet, and we're still just below cloud base, so that must be where it's at. We are maintaining this altitude at this stage. Oh, why aren't I wearing a jacket? Well, it's quite warm this morning. I probably will be quite cold by the time we get back. But this weather at the moment is just ridiculously humid. So I don't really need one. Normally I would. I don't know if you can see at the moment, but just ahead of us, that's the coastline. And I can see Burrum Heads here. It's about 10 miles from here, so about 10 minutes. Yeah, not long, that's right. We're doing about 70 knots, so it's probably a little bit more than 10 minutes to be honest. And we do have a headwind at this stage of about 5-6 knots, so we can probably add another 5 minutes. So that aircraft is inbound from Maryborough, so he's been out to the Sandy Straits, Fraser Island direction. Hervey Bay is northeast actually, over that way, so yeah, over there. So he's not an issue at this, not a factor as we say. Actually, yeah, it is a lot greener than it has been. We had a low, what we call an east coast low, come through last weekend, and dropped a little bit of rain on us, and we had some about a week earlier as well, and yeah, the result has been everything's looking a bit greener now finally. It's been 3 months since we've had any sort of rain, so the dams and things will look a lot fresher too, a bit more water in them. Yep, so below now is that holding dam that I was talking about, and you can see in front of us there's a clearing through the trees, and that goes down to the water treatment plant, which you can see ahead at the end of that clearing track. That clearing is actually looks like for power lines. Coming up on here right now, yeah, is the water treatment plant.
Hervey Bay traffic and inbound traffic. Harvest 7656 is 4 miles to the north of Hervey Bay, tracking south from Hervey, currently 3,000 on time to 3,500. Hervey Bay.
Oh, the town ahead of us. Yeah, okay, well that's Tugum. So what we're going to do is we'll just track into that direction and we'll go up the coast to Burrum Heads, which is our final destination north. And we'll have a quick look around there, and then we'll sneak back down the coast into Hervey Bay via Tugum and enjoy the coastline. Yeah. How fast are we going now? Okay, 74 knots airspeed, and if we've got a headwind or tailwind, then our actual ground speed is actually different. At the moment we've got a ground speed of 62 knots, and that means we've got about a 12 knot headwind at this stage. That's slowing us down, yes. What that means is on the way back to Maryborough, we'll have a tailwind and the trip will be a lot quicker back. How come I didn't put fuel in this morning? Yeah, that's because I put it in last night. I actually came out for a nice evening flight last night. But I still had to check the fuel quality this morning and make sure there was no pollution like water in the fuel. So yeah, it's all good. We burn about 11 litres an hour. It can be more, it can be less, depending on what speed we're going. I normally work on 11 litres on average. Yeah, it's pretty economical. It's about the same as driving a car. Yeah, in front of us is Tuggum, that's right. The tide's out at the moment, yeah. Which makes it kind of interesting to look at from the air. The clouds have got a bit low because I'm now at 1700 feet. I've been descending slowly due to the lowering cloud base near the coast. So they must lift as they go inland. It's been so humid this morning, it's nice to be in the air conditioning at 2000 feet. Why is it colder up here? Well, yeah, it's just the ground temperature keeps the air warm down there. And as you go up every 1000 feet, the temperature drops about 2 degrees. So we're at 2000, so the temperature up here is about 4 degrees lower than on the ground. Yeah. And also, I don't need a jacket at the moment. It's still pleasant. So we've got a 25 degree outside air temperature, as it's called. We're outside, yes, I know. We're outside in an open cockpit. But in a closed cockpit aircraft, you would be inside the aircraft, which could have the heater on if we had one. But today is not a day for a heater. I'm still quite warm. How are you going back there? You good? Okay.
Traffic nearby, the 7656 is 10 miles to the northeast, inbound, 4000 on the ascent, indicated here the time 40 nearby.
How's the view? Okay, yep. It's good, isn't it? Such a different perspective.
Okay, traffic runway double time, towards cockpit, runway 11, update.
Yeah, you're right. This is Burrum Heads in front of us. Across the creek is Woodgate. That area in front, that bush area, was practically destroyed by bushfire last year. Looks like it's recovered quite well now. In fact, the fires really helped the vegetation to come back and do well, actually. Especially, I mean, as long as there's follow-up rain to go with it. Australian forests and bush seem to really thrive on a not too hot fire, of course. Burrum Heads, eh? You haven't seen any aircraft yet, have you? Neither have I. That's a good thing. Or is it? I haven't heard anyone in this area on the radio, so that's a good thing. Alright, so we'll turn the corner here at Burrum Heads and we'll just go up the river a little bit. Just to the end of the houses, over the boats, and then we'll do a big right-hand U-turn. Come out on the far bank. And then we'll head down the coast to Hervey Bay. It's a bit turbulent here. Yeah. Burrum Heads. There's a boat ramp and car park below us. That's fairly new, it's only about 3 or 4 years old, I think. Alright, so we'll do a U-turn here and go across the river. Look at the colours in the water. Very cool. Yeah, it's quite hazy this morning towards the east over there, down the coast. Alright, say goodbye to Burrum Heads. There's a lot of boats here, quite often actually. A lot of people seem to like to sit in their boats and live on their boats in this area. Fuel is 34 litres. Got some cumulus towers starting to form, so there must be some good thermal starting up down here. Righto, we'll head back to Tuggham and have a look at that, fly past and on to Point Vernon, Hervey Bay, around the coastline, all the way down to the Hervey Bay Uranga Marina.
656 going constant, runway 35, thereabouts.
Yeah, if you go north that way, that's north, you will end up In the Pacific Ocean, probably. Maybe in Japan.
Traffic Maribor to 7656 turn place, runway 35, Maribor.
I'd just say the clouds are moving fast.
Traffic Maribor to 7656 turn final, runway 35, full stop, Maribor.
Well, actually the clouds may not be moving at all. It's us that's moving. We're doing 70 knots at the moment, 72 knots. So, in fact, our ground speed and airspeed are practically the same. So there's no wind at the moment. It's just our speed that looks like the clouds are moving. Makes it look that way. Yeah, on the right, that's Tugum again, that's right. And I think the name of the creek, I should know this, is Bilby Creek. Or is it Tugum Creek? I think it's Bilby Creek. I think it's, yeah. You can correct me if you're wrong. I could even correct myself later, yeah. Yeah, Tugum's still growing. That area around that lake, the man-made lake, well, it's been kind of refashioned, I guess. That's all fairly much new houses. Probably getting on for 10 years actually now. There's still building going on though. There's still vacant blocks there. The older part of Tugum's down here. But there's still some new areas in here as well.
Traffic Maribor to 7656, backtracking runway 35 for the open.
I can just hear a noise. An audio voice there. Just hear it. Radio's not working that well. Alright, well we're leaving Tugum behind us. We're in the Craig Niche area. We're coming into that now. Craig Niche. So that could be the Bilby Creek there. I don't know. I just live here. Hervey Bay traffic, Microlight 6340 is 10 miles to the west at 1,500, tracking coastal inbound for the marina area, Hervey Bay traffic. So that's Craignish, then it turns into Dundarren. Where's the line? It's a good question. I think the line's, well, that's the Craignish shopping centre up there. And I think from there on it's Dundarren. So if you look at the road over there, so Dundarren actually keeps going, and this area is yet to be developed, which no doubt it will be at some stage. So how are you going back there? Pretty good? Yeah, it's a nice morning. It's not too bad in terms of the flying. The smooth air, it's not exactly smooth, but it's good. Right, so we're coming into Eli Waters area. Not much to say really. Pretty boring flight unless you enjoy the scenery. Out to the left, of course, we've got the water still. The water just keeps going. Nothing to see. Where's Fraser Island? Oh, Fraser Island is directly ahead behind the haze, and it stretches all the way from our right to the left, from the south to the north. 100 kilometres long, 120 kilometres long. We'll do that another day. Go and have a look at that. Below us now is Point Vernon. Yeah, I've always liked the rock formations down here at Point Vernon. Very interesting, and they go all the way around the top here. Very photographic. Yeah. They're very photographic on the ground and from the air, as you can see. And it's low tide. Well, it's close to low tide, I guess, or somewhere in the middle. Probably, actually, it's about half tide, I guess. Can you see your house from here? You can't. Oh well. You'll see it soon enough. It's a very nice place to come and fly out around Point Vernon. It's just quite scenic. Aircraft broadcasting, you're totally not readable. Microlight 6340. Yeah, Microlight 6340, that aircraft broadcasting cannot read you at all. Okay, so that's Point Vernon. We're now heading into Pialba. So we're well and truly into Hervey Bay now. 1,500 feet. Yeah, we're still at 1,500 feet. We'll just track around here, follow the coastline. Yeah, I did this last night actually. I didn't take a video camera. There's no point really, I just went out for a bit of fun. But yeah, it's quite interesting to see Hervey Bay from up here. It's not something too many people get the privilege. Yeah, Microlight 6340, that radio, I could read you then.
Thank you. Radio break. I'll be heading to the eastern training area. On time to 3,000 feet. Traffic over. Thank you.
Yeah, Microlight 6340 reads you. Training area to the east of Maryborough, is that the one?
That's correct.
Yeah, righto, thanks. Cheers.
Thank you.
Righto, so Hervey Bay, looks like I helped him out with the radio issue, eh? He wouldn't have known he wasn't broadcasting, he might have had a bad connection on the headset somewhere. Righto, yep, Hervey Bay, so we're in Scarness, almost, well, no we are. Scarness 2L.
Hervey Bay.
Right.
Is entering the dark track on runway 29. Hervey Bay.
Delta Bravo Papa and traffic Hervey Bay, Microlight 6340 is coastal tracking east at 1,500 to 1 mile to the north of the field. Hervey Bay traffic.
Hervey Bay traffic, are you landing here in Hervey Bay?
Yeah, negative. I'll be tracking around the coast for River Heads, maintaining 1,500. So we're currently now Torquay, Hervey Bay. This is one of the few north-facing coastlines on the east coast of Australia. So we tend to get the, open water views to the north, and we're protected from the prevailing southeasterlies because of Fraser Island. It also means we get a sunrise across water and a sunset across water on the other side of Point Vernon. How's that? Of course, if you live further down the coast or up the coast, you'd only see the sunrise. You'd have to go to Perth or WA to see the sunset across water.
Hervey Bay traffic, Bravo Delta car is rolling runway 29. Hervey Bay.
Alright, we're coming up to the famous Urangan Pier. It's not a jetty, it's a pier. Urangan Pier. It used to be a lot longer than this, as you probably know, but from the air it looks quite interesting. Get a true scale of its perspective, or a true perspective of its scale. And we've got, I can never remember the name of it. Used to be Peppers, used to be Oceans, now it's called Oaks. There's the Flash Resort down here on the right, and the pier in front of us. And yeah, that's Round Island over there, Big Woody, Little Woody over the back. There's a lot to see when you go flying around Hervey Bay, isn't it? Yes, that's it. coming around to the Urangan Harbour or Marina. The air is quite smooth here actually. Wait until I get around this headland, it'll probably get a little bit rough again. You see all the clouds are pushed inland that way though, and we've now got a tailwind of about 8 knots, so the wind is definitely from the north. Yeah, the marina down there is full of boats, obviously, but there's quite a few boats in here. You got the Great Sandy Straits Marina Resort, I think it's called Break Free now. You've got the Mantra, I think it's called that. You've got the the Boat Club. And of course, this is where they have the powerboat. When they have the powerboat racing, offshore powerboats here, this is where they launch them from. There's a big facility there for lifting boats out of the water for maintenance. And that's Urangan. I'm going to track down now to, the airport's in front of us. You always got to look out for traffic. There was a plane taking off before. He's going to the right, out to the northwest, so he's not a factor. And we're just going to track down the coast now for River Heads. Hervey Bay traffic, Microlight 6340 is coastal to the east of the field. We're tracking south for River Heads at 1500 Hervey Bay traffic. Righto. Flight time at the moment, since engine start we've done 49 minutes, and so allow 10 minutes for warm up. Alright, he's tracking southeast 2,500 feet, so he's well above us. Yeah, so we've been flying for about 40 minutes.
Okay, so let's have a look at the map and just have a look where we went. Did you have a good flight though? It was pretty good. I'm sorry the battery went flat at the end. Unfortunately we didn't get the end of the video, but hey, you can see me land on the camera. You just can't see out the front of the cockpit. So here's an old map in the Aero Club, so you might like to see this. So we're actually up here, there's Fraser Island up here. Yeah, have a look there. And we flew from Maryborough's here. You can see by its worn position. And we actually flew up to Burrum Heads here, and then down to Tugum, around the top of Hervey Bay, down the coast and Great Sandy Straits, up the river and back here.